even more time lost, but hey. Looked like we're gonna do any of these shenanigans. I'm still not quite sure what they were talking about, like he pressed wrong. Did he pick the wrong hero and then bought an item so they can't swap, or?
I think he meant that he disconnected and must have left the game or something and couldn't get back in, but...
Be the case. Well, everyone has the hero, just having to wait for the timer to run down, and... looking at this lineup, I mean, you asked me before, I'll just throw the question right back at you. Who do you favor here throughout the stages of the game?
I could actually see Mineski's lineup like totally snowballing, getting completely out of control because, like, you have the tanky lineup of Signature.Trust, but if you can start stacking the levels really hard here, like the Aphotic Shield coming out is going to do a lot of work early on. Same thing with Snowballs and Ice Shards, of course, from your Tusk, and Ogre Magi has a ton of Magic Burst, all while being controlled by swaps and stuns. So I certainly don't think they're like out of it by any means, even though you're looking at a pretty daunting task here, but they need to get the ball on early if they want to have any chance of bringing down this big old tanky, beefy herd of Signature.Trust.
Alright, so... Quick early teleport here from Signature.Trust. And you guys are just tuning in, welcome. This is our second series here. Second 2-game series in Dota Pit SEA. Mineski taking on Signature.Trust. Game 1 of this particular series, so... more games left to be played here. Let's take a quick look at the lineups before the action starts. Starting with Mineski here, Jules. Looking to support on that Ogre Magi, so we're not going to see the core Ryu here on that Baron, so... Seems like a core Alba. Here we've got Cuckoo on the mid lane Queen of Pain. We have Raging Potato actually on a core Venge. And Jesse Vash on the Tusk, so... They're gonna go aggressive here, or... I don't know.
No, it definitely looks that way. It's certainly, you can't do it if you're going with like the core Venge. No reason not to. And moving on, Signature.Trust then, so they're gonna have Lakel's be on this Razor. It'll be Jab. Gonna be on the Earth Spirit. Gonna have My Pro on the Viper, Famo on the Disruptor, and then in the offlane AABBAA on the Slardar.
AABBAA.
Oh, he's a card, that guy. Eventually, it kind of rolls off after a while.
The battle begins.
It's like, oh god, Ryu might be in trouble here. He gets a banner rune, but now it's 4 heroes around him, and Forexia can only do so much. He gets stunned up, and that'll be the first bottle ready.
Roche Mercy. Can't get there.
He's too lazy, and that Christmas hat also limiting his vision a little bit, so he can't actually go out that far.
That's a good point. That's a balance issue.
Yeah, actually, yes. It'll be fixed in 6.86b, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get back Death Prophet and everybody too.
Yeah. It's a lane's take shape. It looks like a...
Oh,
it does look like this aggressive lane as we have another quick disconnect. Let's hope he's alright.
Yeah, pings all look fine, so... It's probably just some sort of a quick issue. Maybe some settings. Item bug, nice. Classic.
I mean that you can't buy any more items?
Yeah, it gets like stuck on your cursor. It's so annoying. You can't buy anything.
Oh. Well, still in beta, but he's back now. So quick reconnect should fix the issue. So this aggressive trial lane up against what is for now solo rated. It's gonna get some help from Disruptor, who doesn't necessarily have the best impact up against the trial lane, and the Earth Spirit as well. Do you think they can actually keep the Razor alive here? Being gone on right now, that's slow. They still have the stun from the Vengeful Spirit. Do quite a bit of damage here just with the right clicks. There it is. Nice. Second blood. One kill going in favor of Mineski here. Revealing that aggro try, and of course no one even in range to try and help there.
Alright, well, what do you think of the Fairy Fire anyway? I see that we've got one up here on the, is it a Tusk who has it? Yeah, he's got one up here. So you get the +2 damage. You get the immediate 75 HP. Seems pretty good, but a little bit situational. Like maybe once teams start warming up to it, like they did the Mango, we'll see it more often on like a... It seems like a good last stitch for like a core hero, I feel like, in the safe lane, you know?
Yeah. It's essentially the Mango for health points.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the similar kind of situations. I mean, a Mango just to get... Oh, Potato actually being glimpsed back. Stun will miss from the Earth Split. Now he actually moves, but yeah, there's so much damage being stolen. 50 onto Lakel's, but can you turn around and get it off? Doesn't look like it. Nice eye shots here on 2. Jab and 5 out. They're dropping so low. A stun from the Ogre and one last right click. Actually bring him down. No one else, nothing else that they could really do. Razor's level 1 just with the Link. Doesn't really have the health point to actually turn around. Raging Potato, he's looking for more. Doesn't have Mango if he wants to turn around. Gonna need some extra help. There it is in form of that ignite. The ice shots will
so
not quite
close.
block him in, and Jabbles will make his way out with that rolling boulder.
I suppose he was safe from the ice shots anyway. It's kind of
Yeah.
nice, kind of like a Earth Shaker. You just roll over it. So one of those reasons why we might see him viable in the off lane, honestly. Just all that escape potential that he does have. And oh, okay. So here, this is what I kind of like AA. He's got 2 mangoes and a fairy fire. So you get this passive HP regen, and then you're also getting the passive damage boost of +2. I actually think that could help for certain heroes if you like stack 2 of them or something. Like 4 more damage. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
A little bit extra right click power. Seems good.
I think it'll be. Still think it'll be useful in some kind of situations. Then the Mango is just getting that extra bit of burst of health to turn a gank around, right? That's what the Mango is essentially doing, just allowing even heroes like Starter to get that extra crush off. Even Vengeful Spirit, he had plenty of mangoes too, so gotta fill a similar niche, I guess. Okay, we even see the lane rotations in here now. Lakel's looking for this bottom lane. Because that's much safer than the top lane is ever going to be if Mineski just stick around with this aggro try, but...
Yeah, the question is, well, do you rotate now and try and keep up this pressure, or do you just try and... Like, you don't really have an aggro try that I don't think can really burst down the tower, or clear waves, so you need to make a decision of what you're going to try and achieve, but it looks like my pro will go down, the poison's going to be close... Oh, he actually plays it in the rock! Oh! Oh my god!
Oh wow.
That was like, Dota fails!
Didn't quite catch it in camera, unfortunately, but yeah, it must have blinked right into that. Taking extra damage.
It was like, it's like literally where it's sitting is where he blinked to. It was like the max range of the kick.
Oh man. That is so annoying.
I actually think he was dead anyway from the points to attack, but that was pretty comical.
We're just taking a couple more of those as blinks in to try and arrest that. The Viper, he's already level 4, going into that max core of the skin builds with the 113, I suppose. Just to deal with the Queen of Pain, and it's pretty good. Stun here onto Raya in the back. 7 Euphoric Shield and Jab under cover of an Immersoon actually. Unable to really provide the extra killing power. They did the math. Game out short.
Yeah, let him
Looking
go.
for middle lane though, Cuckoo. Was having issues. That's the invis paying off.
Oh, nice
Unable-
silence.
yeah.
Alright, this guy's an Earth Spirit player. That was good.
I mean, they don't get the kill because Silence is lasting for so little time right now, but they keep Cuckoo away, force him to continue to bottle Crow, and even more space for the Viper.
One of the things that'll separate... Oh, are they going to be able to get him up here? They get the stun.
They
I think
can't
he's
reach
okay.
across kinetic fields, huh?
Yeah. One of the things that separates the Earth Spirit spammers from Earth Spirit like pickers, basically, is if you're like the really good Earth Spirit players, is when you kick the Remnant, you can, before it ends its little trail, you can actually pull it back mid-kick while it's moving, and that way you get the stun, the silence immediately, as opposed to like placing it on the other side of a hero and then doing it. Well, they're gonna get my pro, but
Well, yeah, it looks like he's being slowed down. He tried to turn around on the Cuckoo, but now ice shots. Actually, not quite enough damage here with the stick charges, keeping Micro alive and Jab providing that extra space, even forcing out another rotation here from Jules. So yeah, another win for Signature.Trust in a way. I mean, Viper survives. Jab will get some extra levels in mid. As a result, and yeah, more space up top. They are looking to try and make something out of that. Raging Potato gets stunned up to get a zone up, and now Kinetic Field to keep him in place. He's trying to fight as much as he can, but there's no TP to try and help him. Gets a stun up. Actually, it'll be the first one to fall. And by now, what? It might be a second one here.
oh, nice.
Oh, the tower is on the top of the minus armor from the 3 points up into the Wave of Terror. That's not what they wanted to have happen here. Don't want to feed a Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, that's a little more old school, going for the full Wave of Terror without like a lot of synergy.
Oh,
but
God.
nice little
Oh.
snag by Jab. Just roll in, get the kick.
Hey guys, I'm
He's
still
killing
here.
this game, honestly. Like, he's had a couple saves.
Bottom
mid,
lane,
he's
knockouts
got
might be
some
trouble. He
harass.
got the link off, but he's all alone up against 3 heroes again. And yeah, TP reaction comes out. He's quite tanky, but 5 Mao can't really do too much. One of the Kinetic Field Jabs. There's a bit of mana to play with, but does not want to commit. This is that bad one. So hey, kind of a 1-for-1 trade across the map then. 1 for 1. Lane now though. Might be, yeah, there we go. They swap Micro back and actually get the kill. Kuku doesn't have his ultimate and that's enough to secure it.
Alright, so now we've got, what, 6 up on Raging Potato. Obviously the swap heavily secured that, as well as the Sonic Wave, and I think this is kind of that terror point where they have snowballed. They're up 7-3. Oh, wait, Jab trying to get something to say about this, but he actually misses the roll and ends up behind her.
Kuku?
Oh man. He's thinking about he's going.
He doesn't actually get the Scream of Pain off his job trying to do it, but they get the vision on him.
Still
They
dead.
get the snowball, and that's him going down. Nice.
Middle tower is under attack.
Kills with rotation, and well, Kuku will have another blink in a couple of seconds, but Jesse Vash not so lucky. Kuku just positioning himself quite nicely, just trying to keep Signature.Trust away a little bit longer from the tasks to allow him to escape as well.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm a pretty big fan of this whole off-lane Abaddon. I know that there's a couple people who spam it in NA, it's a pretty big thing. It's pretty friggin' good. A lot of people who are like made their way to 6k doing it. He's just so tanky and he adds so much to your team at all points in the game. Like you can TP in just like a dazzle to say that, okay, they got the swap up top into the Fire Blast and then the Magic Missile, couple more right clicks, down you go. Nice.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And that's another thing. I mean, you're getting not just you don't just have the Abaddon in this kind of core role, it allows him to provide so much sooner than support Abaddon would be able to. They also have this Vengeful Spirit who is 3, 1, and 4. I mean, sometimes Vengers have the problem that they can't really get off the ground because you don't necessarily farm all that fast. You don't have the extra tools. So
there's a big engagement mid.
Yeah, well, there is. He'll claim the task first. Ryo actually gets the stuns back immediately. Bane up playing up against the Disruptor and Kuku. Yeah. Stays
He got caught in the ice shards, kind of static storm laid down there by the Disruptor, so trapped in his own shards in a way there.
Try and trade for a little bit of damage up top. Good, dragging the quick wave back to ensure that they can get the damage off, and yeah.
I like Jules getting the Bloodlust too, a little bit early on. Like some people will see skip it, but it's really good with this Vengeful Spirit, especially to help maximize her Wave of Terror here. And the other really cool part about Core Avenge is that it kind of changes how swap works. Like it's not just a saving maneuver, you can still do that, but now it's like an initiation that allows you to swap someone into your team and stun someone on the enemy side, and then you're a right clicker who's actually in there. You're not just this like suicide, like kamikaze player or something like that, you know? You actually have the potential to make something follow up off of it.
Top lane, looks like we might see something here. Onto Raging Potato. Up, he's looking for it, but the stun gets off. Glimpse back actually into connect here, but there's a stun from the starter, but he is the first one to fall. Nice swap out, actually to save himself. Might actually put Jules in a bad position. They're gonna be happy about that. TP out from Venge. And Jules just trying to waste time at this point. Actually, TP out. They have nothing to stop it. Kuku in the back even. Gets it with the silence though and has to blink out. Will get it, and at the end of the day, there was a 10 for Signature.Trust to make something happen. Instead, they lose the slaughter and don't get anything.
Dire's bottom tower.
They even gonna lose a lot of health points on a tier 1 bottom. TP it in up top, so there's no way they can actually defend this.
Just the overall like treads as well as the magic wand, a lot of stats here. Even just the Wraith Band on the Ring of Aquila. It's all just helping out here to keep her alive. And Kuku, I don't know, this is gonna be tough. They do get the kick actually into the silence.
Still gets it off. There's TP and nothing else to actually chase him further. Mineski are doing a really good job. I mean, they played enough to get themselves a little bit warm, so to speak, but now bottom lane, it's another engagement, there's Snowball coming out, stun will be dodged from this Slaughter, Ryo is still there, and there's a TP out, this time it will get cancelled. So Jesse Vash will be Sacrificial Lamp. Did he eat a mango there before, or was that someone else? Someone ate a mango for sure, but oh, Mary Potato, there's a Static Storm, he's kind of whipping, but doesn't really matter. Well, it matters a hell of a lot for Signature.Trust, so that means that Slaughter will fall and Fimao also being tracked down sooner or later. Actually, he's quite fast, but another stun from the Ogre. We'll put a soft to that as well, so nice little rotation there back from Mineski. Signature.Trust sticking around a little bit too long.
Yeah, this is looking really good. This is exactly what Mineski needed. Like, just get ahead, and you can see they've got 3 heroes topping the top of the net. Worth, good, and Abaddon, who's going up higher than a Viper. Razor is struggling. He's about 800 behind. Only has treads, Wraith Band, and nothing anytime soon. Like, There's no mech. Actually, the mech's gonna be going out on the Viper, so it means it's a little bit closer. But like, you're probably looking for an SNY on the Kells. I don't know. It's tough. Blink Dagger's not here. Like, what is their comeback mechanic is the question here. Like, how do you bring this back? It basically has to be Glimpse, but as we're all pretty well aware, Glimpse isn't that great when you're on the defensive.
Yeah, I mean, probably looking for the Slaughter to try and farm up this Blink Dagger before things go too sour. Try to make stuff happen with that on the back of the Earth Spirit, maybe making some plays, but that Slaughter looks like his Blink Dagger might be late soon as well. Jules coming in, the ice shots block him up already, and just gets blown up. Actually, no, just get the crash on Cuckoo. No, he's the one in trouble here. There's a sound on a stun from a jab. Dopa saving him momentarily, but not for long. Queen of Pain going down first, and now Jansivash all alone. Loving arms of Signature.Trust. A 2-for-1 trade. This is what they're looking for, right? I mean, they lose the starter and lose the progression towards Blink Dagger, but everyone else benefits from that heavily.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
the issue there is that, like, yeah, you're ahead and you can take these kind of pick off engagements and stuff like that, but you can't do it under the tower because it's still gonna end up 5 heroes versus like 3, and like without Ryor TPing in, there's not much else they can do.
Oh, stacks on 3 heroes,
Storm.
but actually catch anyone there. Glimpse back also quite ineffective, so that was big ultimate down. Trust, they have to walk out now. Mineski though, they want to fight, they're looking for a swap. The only being level 1 gets it off onto Mypro, that'll be the target. He is stunned up, Lackersword dealing a lot of damage. Trying to turn it around, this is Snowball just trying to get chaos stun onto 2 here. As the Abaddon will be the first one going down. Mypro finally falling as well, but so is the Ogre was Jab going in and looking for Cuckoo as well. At least controlling him up so he can't really help Raging Potato, the 1 position Vengeful Spirit. Goes down in the back and now Cuckoo, that was very ballsy from him trying to go for laughs there. He almost got stunned and silence up again.
Well, another big win there for Signature.Trust, about 2,300 in terms of a total swap over a gold. 730, heading over to the Disruptor. Oh, looks like Stardust having some connection issues here. He tries to get towards that Blink Dagger, but it's just, I don't know, it seemed like they should have won that one, but again, they went in a little kind of hard. Like, they felt pressured to get some sort of a swap into a play, but when you're committing all your resources to bring down a Viper, you're generally going to end up losing that fight. And I feel like why not just sit there and kind of hit the tower? Like, you've got decent heroes, you've got all this sustain, don't waste it diving under a tower. Like, force them to come into you, because the only initiation they're going to have after you just saw them waste Static Storm is going to be Earth Spirit.
Yeah, and that was a good call to say, alright, they don't have Static Storm, so we can take a fight. We have to take a fight now when that is down, but it ended up, as you said, to be the undoing. Waiting on the Viper is the least easy target to bring down, actually. With all the magic damage that they have available, and he stays alive and enough space for the rest of his team to turn it around. Especially the Razor, benefiting greatly from that, able to get a good static link off. And this is kind of the way that Signature.Trust can get back into this game, if it's being handed to them on a silver platter by Mineski in a way. Because, well, the initial plan was to just win the lanes, and that obviously didn't quite work out the way they planned.
The other issue is that, like your Queen of Pain, you wanted to keep snowballing. You wanted this train of just getting pick-offs and not diving towers and dying. Like, she's only 3, 2, and 2, but she doesn't, like, you generally want like 5 or 6 kills at this point when you're kind of racking up this little map control and everything like that, and start hanging into really early Aghanim Scepter. But because of the way they're falling behind now and her progression is slowed so much, she'll probably have to go for a Yules, honestly, just to try and deal with the silence and not get stun locked to death by the Slardar combined in, you know, Glimpse and everything like that. It's probably going to be her only option here, and that's rough. Like, I'd much rather have an Aghanim Scepter than a Yules, but when the train stops rolling, you don't have much choice anymore.
Well, we'll see what they decide. They definitely have to stabilize. They have to make sure that they don't throw away as much of the lead as they are doing already. It's not like, are they actually under that much pressure to execute and to find the kills though? Mineski. I mean,
Radiant?
Mineski, yeah.
I feel like they're definitely pressured to make some stuff happen on the map here, because they're certainly going to start falling off as this goes into a little bit later here. Like, the Ogre's not farmed enough to be a real issue in the mid game. He's not going to have any sort of a Aghanim Scepter or anything like that.
And this time they will just keep on the tower.
See, like,
Double
what was
delay
wrong
a
with
little
this? this is all you had to do.
Dire's middle tower has
It
fallen.
may just feel like it's too boring, like they want to just fight.
Yeah, perhaps.
Think of
Alright, now this
fighting
is a
the
little risky.
As someone that at least doesn't fight back as hard, I
Radiant's
suppose.
top tower is under attack.
And they hit 2
Push.
points in the Curse of Avernus, so... Wow, they are annihilating this with the Max Wave of Terror. And Curse of Avernus also helping. You see, they are just going to town. The Venge of the Queen of Pain, machine gun fire in the back line here.
I just want to see Moonshot on Raging Potato here. See that bang, bang, bang.
Radiant's top tower
Yeah, I'd
Love
like to
that
see
Soul
actually
Raging
the
good work as well.
Dragon Lance, but let's go with
Yeah.
the Yasha instead. Seems like it'd be a good game for a Dragon Lance, and Cuckoo actually up to a lot of gold now, so maybe if this turns enough, she can go for a bigger item than just Yules, but we'll see what she's thinking.
Right. Gets another extra farm down at the bottom, whereas the rest of the team just
What?
trying to
He-
finish up the tier 2, I suppose.
He bought a Necro.
It
That's
did.
the old school Queen of Pain.
So old school that I don't even remember it, man. When was that a thing?
Dire's middle tower
I don't know,
Honestly.
it's kind of like a... I've seen like quite a few
Radiant's
Orchid
top tower is under
Necros and stuff
attack.
like that, but it's a little bit unusual for the first. I'm not sure. I don't know, nothing really jumps out to me other than there's like a lot of AoE, I guess. I'm not seeing a lot of mana drain targets. It definitely adds some push to try and end this a little bit earlier. There's no Invis heroes or anything like that that's really required on, but I like it actually. I think it's a good build. But maybe not first. Oh well.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like the Helm of the Dominator build on the Venge. Fan of that. Gives you that nice little alpha wolf running around.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most common one.
And doubling up on that plus damage aura. Comes scale very well into the late game. I mean, max vengeance aura already, 36% extra damage bonus, then plus 30% from a Packley's aura. She has essentially double damage walking with her, together with what she already has herself.
Yeah, and then add on the Bloodlust and the Vlad's also from the Abaddon.
Oh yeah.
So they're feeling pretty good. And he's going drums next too, so yeah, they're starting
Smoke
to
up
stack all
now.
these auras and they want to end it.
Cuckoo is dead. Static Storm committed. No way for him to actually go out. There's a smoke rotation here, but at the same time we see another smoke from Mineski at the same time. Going once again to the middle lane, so they really hate this middle lane, I guess. They're just not even bothering with the other side towers.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and in a situation like that, maybe that's why Cuckoo didn't go for the Yules, because he actually still would have died if he had Yules right there.
Yeah.
So, just hold their multiple silences off. Wow, Raging Potato. Really looking to get rid of this Aegis.
Still alive though, and yeah. Not even popping it just yet, but the Glimpse actually keeping in range of that static link, so he's losing so much damage, plus 200 on the raise, and this is where he can't actually fight anymore. Aegis being triggered or not, and Jules trying to throw out whatever he can, but Queen of Pain not part of this fight, if you remember.
Oh
Raging
my
Potato
God,
just
Razor.
being annihilated. They just have to run Glimpse back on Jules, so he can't run away from a disruptor, so there'll be 2 more going down. Buyback even from the wench, you still want to fight this, but can't. What? Jesse Bash
Oh,
is still
that's
hanging
so
around. They
bad.
still see him trying to TP out. It's not gonna, or is it gonna work? If nothing, they actually stop it somehow. Why
That
did
just,
they?
like, threw away so much of the lead getting that buyback too. What a waste.
Did they have somewhere to go or something? I mean, we certainly do, but I guess Shiva is contracted now to do the D2CL that we would be missing. But he's the first game of that. But hey, Mineski, they feel like they are pushing too hard too quickly and
Radiant's
not
middle
taking
tower
the
is under attack.
taking the appropriate precautions.
Well, they're trying to take 2 steps at once every single time. Like, you get Roshan, and without even, like, healing up or anything like that, or, they're just
I thought
going
might see
way
another
too
team
deep.
fight here. They're going in with the snowball. There's by now with the static storm, but Slaughter will fall first. Unwilling to counter initiate there just yet. Jab trying to keep them away with the boulder, but Cuckoo just comes in, dishes out a lot of damage, but they're just lacking the continued control. Now it's Jab just sacrificing himself, I guess, but Luckel's not quite out of the woods just yet. This is not a snowball. Catching up to him, a punch, there it is. Like enough to bring it down actually. Magnus will keep him safe to swap to get Raging Potato in closer. Beautiful usage of that ultimate, and now Mypro. Well, tried to help out with the Mac, but now instead, he's the one falling too.
Yeah, whatever. This game is full clown shoes.
Yes. This is like...
What is happening?
I casted Fantastic 5 versus Demon Spirit last night, and it was a similar kind of story. Just really scrappy
Did
play
they just
from
get
both
Rex?
sides. Guess they can't. There's no buyback on Disruptor, there's no buyback on Viper or Razor, they only have Slad who can maybe delay it a little bit, but apart from Cuckoo, no one's actually low in terms of either health or mana.
Dire's middle tower.
They'll just get wrecked 90 minutes in.
I just don't even know. This is just like first you just witness what happens when they overextend so hard and you're back in the game and you're only down 2,000 net worth and you're actually up on experience and then you do the exact same thing back.
It's maybe that momentum just working against you, right? You just win a team fight, you feel good, you feel like on top of the world. All right, we can take the fight, but actually you're not as far ahead as you may think you are. As a result, you kind of go a little bit too far, and then the chasing potential for Mineski also pretty damn strong actually. I mean, the blinks from Cuckoo obviously, but then also the Tusk able to just get close enough to the Razor to get in that secondary snowball near the Dire base. Also usage of the swap, I really want to flag that out as well. You were talking about it earlier, how it's not just a sacrifice, it's just Vengeful Spirit getting in. It's not just in the middle of a team fight, but also in these kind of scenarios, right? You're just looking to gain the extra distance to throw out your stun, to throw out your extra damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Feels like we're about to see this whole story play out again. And someone will dive, and someone will buy back, and we'll all cry in the end. There will be a mech this time, though. That's a pretty big difference here for the side of Mineski. As well as, I don't know if the drums were fully completed there, and now as well as what looks like it'll be a medallion next. So they're just stacking all these small items and auras here. And the Necro 3s too, that's gonna be a pretty big deal.
You can actually do quite a bit of damage. I mean, it's not quite as much as it could if there was Lycan. But it's still a decent amount if you accidentally kill one of these. And one big AoE is Disrupt the Static Storm, so he's probably gonna get killed off by that. If he's not careful about that. Well, swap in, Big Potato gets stunned up though, and there's Lackos and him both being controlled. Mantis out of it, gets a stun up, but further lockdown from the starter. He's being kept up by the back for a little bit, but eventually be the first one falling. McIntyre doing so much work on everyone, and now the Gloom's back, not really effective, but there's a stun onto Micro. He's tanky though, he's tanking quite through it. Jesse Bash trying to trade and will get the Razor, but it's still Jab doing a lot of work. Double, triple, quad stun actually from the starter coming up. Instead of everything they had. Well, Mineski actually working their way through it. That Abaddon keeping everyone alive, Cooper now blinking in, gets glimpsed out. Not before doing a lot of extra damage to Disrupt and Ryer. No, please don't dive that far. Thank you. Yeah, 4 for 3 trade in the end after losing your carry straight off the bat, really.
Did she swap into the Viper again? It was kind of hard. I was just watching her die.
I think she swapped into the Razor.
Oh, is that who it was? It seemed like a little bit deep there, but I guess in the end it kind of worked out. Obviously, everyone else is dead on the Dire, so at least we'll get this tower if they want to commit for it.
Yeah. We'll get a TP comes out from the Razor as he respawns, unable to catch anyone. At the end of the day, Mineski, don't know how they do it. It's maybe just the Abaddon effect, right? With the Vlads, a little bit subtle. With the Phonic shield, just making sure that. I mean, he probably got off quite a decent number of these shields off in that fight. It lasted so long, so blocking a lot of that damage. Roshan will back up in 50 seconds, so that'll be the next target most likely. And with that, they can maybe take another one of these kind of fights. Jesse Basher being spotted out by Jab.
Oh.
They're making their way in. Jesse kind of isolated, but he has the help of his team coming in from the high ground. So both teams kind of trying to find an angle around this Roche pit. And that's getting a little bit of an advantage with the Frozen Central. They also have that ward up on the high ground, unable to be counted out. So now the tier 2 is in peril. Probably fall without contest here. And question is, will they go for a pick-off or will they go back to Roche after this?
Probably just securing Roshan's the big deal, but I don't know if they're going to feel secure enough to do this without the pick-off first. Actually, with the Solar Crest, they definitely will. With the Wave of Terror, this is going to get melted.
Yeah.
It's hard to judge with the new patch changes though, but so far it still looks pretty fast when you stack minus armor.
Didn't quite get the Wave of Terror off in time, so now that's a little bit extra time for Signature.Trust to come in. There's a stun. Yeah, fight breaks out, Raging Potato and Papa. I'm not sure that's what he wants to be. Mantis out, but the damage is being drained by Larkins once again. There's the Static Storm coming out on the Raging Potato, but he gets saved by the Snowball. I don't know, he's still alive somehow. There's a swap in onto my pro is... I don't know what's going on anymore, just people chasing each other, I guess. Slaughter and Disruptor being down. My pro just trying to do what he can, but it's very little that Viper in this kind of position can do, but the rest of the team trying to help out. Raging Potato still alive though, same for Ira and Cuckoo doing a lot of work, same for Jazmash, just keeping everyone alive, dodging stuns. Not that one though, triple stun from the Slaughter, and yeah, Vengeful Spirit will finally die, but not before losing 4 on the side of Signature.Trust. That's the first one going down. And they really have somewhere to be. I want to round out this match as soon as possible. Buy back the Vanish to make sure that they can get this Aegis on her and then push down tower. Push down tier 3. No buyback in Signature.Trust, so that's actually a viable option for them right now.
And that's rightfully so. They'll throw on Raging Potato. Don't want to take any risks here with a 2-minute timer. And there's that Aghanim Scepter thanks to all these towers they did manage to get. So 25 minutes, no problem there. They'll now have that extra unrefined Fire Blast and dramatically increases damage output.
This is where Ogre becomes a lot of fun, because you also get that increased chances for multicast, essentially. So even get the chance to do a 4-cast multicast once you hit that level 3, so... Yeah, it's looking good for Mineski. You can take a look at the graphs. 15k now is the gold advantage ahead in their favor. 10k round about the experience, and does Signature.Trust have a way to come back now?
Yeah, they do. Only because they have a lot of AoE magic damage that can still work because they're not going to be buying any BKBs since they're stacking all these auras. So you can look towards a massive Static Storm now. They don't really have the best levels, obviously. He is now level 2. Wait, did he not take it? Force that. Okay, yeah, that's a mistake. That is such a. He must have been a miss skill.
Yeah.
2 points in Static Storm is certainly worth it.
He's sort of getting close to level 12, but he's gonna need a little bit of extra space. The
it's an extra
speed like
250 damage. That is so brutal. It's like making me angry just looking at that one skill point. Especially he's going Aghanim Scepter anyway. Oh well, he's almost level 12. It's fine. Oh, okay, there's a Veil done for Jab. Alright, yeah, they certainly have a chance.
Alright.
It's hard, but they have a chance. It's like really hard because they need like a Maelstrom or something on their Viper. And he's far away from that because these waves are going to be the biggest issue as the game moves along. But they're smoked up, they're coming in. Look at the auras stacked on top of this vendor right now.
He's got so many icons.
8.
My god. He's sitting for about a little bit more than 200. That's without any sort of minus armor affecting the M18. They're just gonna go straight in. Go for the racks. Not really overcommitting, diving in too deep towards the tier 4s in the fountain. And dodge the boulder. And it's a melee rack going down with little contest. They still have the glyph. And now's the time to go, Lakos. This time the blink will get stopped. There's the Static Storm onto the Raging Potato. He is tanking up at this point. Magnetizing everyone, but doesn't appear to be doing anything here. Lakos just being slowly brought down. Micro stun up.
Nice wave.
And it's just taking them one by one. No fear at all. And that's a GG well played being called. Mineski take game 1 of Signature.Trust in this 2-game series in Dota Pit SEA.
Well, that was something.
It was a game of Dota where heroes are being played, spells are being cast, and heroes are also being killed 34 times when it comes to Mineski. So.
Yeah, I think Cuckoo did really well with that Necro build.
Yeah.
The links, the screams, all the damage coming out from the summons. 11, 3, 13. Team on his back for this one.
I guess it's a little bit more of a sustained teamfight damage, right? As opposed to the Aghanim Scepter where you just